Most conjoined twins face significant challenges when joined at the chest, abdomen, or pelvis. Now, imagine how much more difficult life becomes when children are joined at the head. This was precisely the condition that twins Liz and Mel were born with, setting the stage for an extraordinary medical journey. When Camila Vieira discovered she was pregnant, she went for an initial scan and received the exciting news that she was carrying twins. She and her husband were thrilled and immediately began preparing for their baby's arrival. However, at the 10-week mark, a follow-up scan revealed shocking news. Their babies were conjoined at the skull, a condition that came with a low survival rate. Despite the devastating prognosis, Camilla remained hopeful that everything would turn out well. On June 1, 2018, the twins were born at a hospital in Brazil's Northwestern Federal District. As the scan had indicated, they were conjoined at the skull. Though Camilla had been prepared for their appearance, she couldn't help but worry. She wondered if she had done something during her pregnancy that contributed to her daughter's condition. She was also concerned about how uncomfortable her twins were and how challenging it would be to care for them. The medical staff quickly reassured her that the condition was a natural occurrence and that she had done nothing wrong. They explained that her babies were healthy, which meant that separation surgery could potentially be performed, though not immediately after birth, as the newborns were too fragile to handle potential complications. The twins' condition, medically known as craniopagus, is extremely rare, occurring in approximately 1 in 2.5 million births. Most conjoined twins are joined at the chest or stomach, making Liz and Mel's case particularly unusual. While the incomplete separation of an embryo cannot be prevented, doctors assured Camilla that if the twins' chances of survival were high, their condition could be corrected surgically. Camilla took her daughters home with the hope that they would soon be strong enough for the procedure. The period before surgery proved incredibly challenging for both the parents and the babies. Camilla and her husband worked tirelessly to keep the twins comfortable, struggling with feeding, cleaning, and meeting their other needs. The young couple barely slept during this time. It was exhausting, Camilla later recalled. If one twin woke up while the other was asleep, the crying would wake the other. We would find ourselves trying to console both at once. The situation was equally difficult for the twins themselves. It's like the girls were being pulled in two different directions at the same time, Camilla explained. Each had a mind of her own. Both wanted to do different things, but they were forced to compromise. There was no freedom, and they weren't allowed to properly develop their own personalities. The parents waited patiently for the separation surgery, though they remained anxious about its prospects. The survival rate for separated conjoined twins ranges between 5 and 25%, putting the odds firmly against them. When the twins reached 10 months of age, doctors finally cleared them for surgery. On April 27, 2019, the procedure was performed by a team led by Dr. James Goodrich, with approximately 50 other medical professionals involved. The highly complex surgery took place at the Deisirianca de Brasilia José de Alencar Children's Hospital in Brazil. It was reportedly the first such procedure in the Federal District, the third in Brazil, and only the 10th worldwide. The surgery was conducted through Brazil's SUS, Unified System, a publicly funded healthcare system. The procedure involved roughly 36 stages and lasted for an astonishing 20 hours. Throughout those 1,200 minutes, Camilla and her husband experienced an agonizing combination of worry and fear, constantly requesting updates from the medical staff. Finally, after the excruciating wait, they received the good news. Liz and Mel had been successfully separated, and both were in stable condition. When the parents rushed to see their daughters lying on separate beds, they couldn't hold back tears of relief. The medical team was equally elated, having overcome several complications during the surgery. Due to the sensitive nature of the procedure, Liz and Mel required regular hospital visits for about 6 months following the surgery. At the end of this period, they were completely discharged, and the parents were told that the twins could now live separate lives without complications. 1 year after the surgery, Liz and Mel were thriving independently. Only the scars from the procedure indicated that they had once been conjoined. Camilla expressed profound gratitude for the success of the surgery and her daughter's remarkable development. 6 months after the operation, we were still visiting the hospital frequently, but they were discharged from practically every checkup, Camilla said. Thank God Liz and Mel are developing super well for their age. A year later, the mother reflected on her emotional journey. It's funny that now, a year since the surgery, I'm crying about it when I didn't cry at the time. When I stop to think about everything, I cry from emotion and joy. It's truly rewarding seeing them. It's witnessing the miracle God works in our lives. I read so many stories online about children with the same condition, which only worried me more. It was such a delicate situation, which is why, for me, my girls are a miracle. Camilla noted that the greatest joy for her was seeing her children free to do as they pleased. The twins were now able to participate in activities such as swimming and playing individually. They also developed distinct personalities. According to their mother, Mel was more smiley and joyful, but could also be grumpy, while Liz was affectionate and loving, but sometimes more reserved. They're opposites, but at the same time, they've ended up being very similar in some characteristics, Camilla observed. Everything depends on the day and their mood. I feel blessed and lucky to watch them grow, and they make me so happy. I can never thank the doctors and the entire medical team enough. The 10 months before the surgery gave Camilla a clear vision of what her daughters' lives would have been like without the procedure. The twins were fortunate to have access to a healthcare system that facilitated their separation, and even luckier that their surgery was successful. Conjoined twins face a starkly low survival rate. Most such pregnancies result in miscarriages or stillbirths. Only 18% of all conjoined infants survive, with approximately 35% dying within the first 24 hours. Given these sobering statistics, it's hard to disagree with Camilla that Liz and Mel's story is indeed miraculous. Their journey from diagnosis to successful separation and individual development stands as a testament to medical advancement, parental dedication, and the resilience of two remarkable little girls who overcame extraordinary odds to live independent lives.